Last year, when the Chargers were up 27-7 on the Jaguars in the wild card round and then lost. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then everybody thought, well, Brandon Staley's going to get fired. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember I came on the show? I'm like, no, he's not. The Chargers aren't going to bounce him. They're not going to bounce him. They don't pay dead money to people. They don't do that. They're going to hang on to him. I understand, Chris, when we've had this conversation earlier this week, your response was they should have fired him. They didn't. My point is,
how'd it work out? They fired him anyway.
Excuse me. Was I right or was I not? I was right. Okay. That's the point of what I'm trying to do. Thank you for playing along. Also, this past week, Overreaction Monday pod, Overreaction Monday segment, constant conversation between all of us right here. And I said to you, let's play a little what's more likely. Who's more likely to get fired out of the Cowboys and Eagles getting boat raced out and not even having a lead in either of those games? And I said, what's more likely? Cowboys firing their guy, Eagles firing their guy. And my answer was neither. I'm halfway home. I'm halfway home to being right on that one, too. Now, Jeffrey Lurie is yet to talk, apparently, to Nick Sirianni. They've yet to have their postseason meeting. And lots of talk that he's not free and clear until he explains to Jeffrey Lurie or Howie Roseman, his plan for moving forward. Biggest mystery of the season is what the hell happened to the Eagles. And then, he keeps the offensive play caller in place. Defensive play caller he takes out and puts the pencil in the hands or the ear of Patricia, and it gets worse. So, lots of head scratchers, and I'm wondering if Jeffrey Lurie's scratching his head and wondering, I think he's going to keep him. Got a couple years left on his deal. Jerry kept McCarthy with just 1 year left. But Jane Slater of NFL Network, covering the Cowboys, came on this show yesterday, and she goes, McCarthy has the locker room and a bunch of players telling Jerry, keep him. Jerry kept him. You know who's somebody who thinks that Sirianni should stay? Long-time Eagle, Fletcher Cox. Have you seen this soundbite? Fletcher Cox being asked about Sirianni's future, and he acted as if this isn't even a conversation. Like he was stunned people are even talking about it. Great exchange. All-timer. Check it out.
Have you, gotten any wind of what's going to happen to Nick? And you have confidence in, if you do come back, that confidence in him if he's also the head coach?
Like any news about, what about Nick?
Nick, there's obviously some speculation about whether he may be fired or not.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Man, he's the head football coach of this team, man. Come on, man. There ain't even discussion about that.
Yeah, okay. You don't think it's going to happen?
I don't got nothing to say about that, man. You're a clown, bro. Get out of my face, bro.
That's a new drop. You're a clown, bro. Get out of my face. Now, with all due respect, I don't know who that reporter is. Honestly, this is a national.
Everyone's been talking about it.
It's as
since
if
Monday.
He's living on Planet Fletcher. I honestly. Wow. But that shows you it's just not even in his mind. And there was a follow-up question like, "Hey, man, you're not aware that this is being discussed?"
Yeah, exactly.
Check it out.
Are you unaware of the discussion about Nick's future, or are you just saying it doesn't matter to you? You think he should be the head coach?
Come on, man. What is it to talk about, man? This man, he's a winner. He's a winning head coach. Okay. Do we have some bumps this year? Yeah, but every team, every organization, everybody goes through it. But we don't look at firing a man who, obviously has won 10-plus games 2 years in a row, took his organization to 3 playoff appearances 3 years in a row. That's a respect. Coach he's a good leader for this team. He does a really good job. Did we come up short? Yeah. Did things happen this year? Yeah. But you don't look at, or no, I don't discuss about, firing a man or, this man got a family. I don't discuss about anything about that.
Wow.
So he's
okay.
As far as he's concerned, he doesn't even think it should be worthy of a conversation. And I get it. Jason Kelsey was in the locker room as well. And, his retirement announcement reported to be coming soon. He said this about Sirianni.
Of course, yeah, I love Nick. I think Nick's a great coach. I really do. I think he's a great head coach. Obviously, nobody was good enough this year. I wasn't. None of the players. None of the coaches are good enough down the stretch. That's the reality of this business. When you're that bad, it's a collective thing. And but I'll always have faith in Nick Sirianni. I think he does a lot of things structurally and organizationally that I think are really well done. Obviously, we got a lot of things to fix to improve the outcomes and the offense in general from my perspective for next year. But no, I think very, very highly of Nick Sirianni.
So there you go. Two of the most respected veterans in that locker room say that. And Jeffrey Lurie is going to have to hear from Sirianni who's going to be the OC, who's going to be the DC, and what are the fixes. And if he doesn't like it, then maybe he tells Sirianni, well, if we're replacing both coordinators, let's get a new voice in here for the whole damn thing. That's entirely possible. Because Jerry, unbelievably, for a lot of people can't grasp, he's way more patient than his reputation because, again, he bounced Jimmy Johnson after 5 seasons years ago. Jeffrey Lurie, one and done to Chip Kelly after he realized this ain't working, and then told Doug Peterson 2 years after bringing a Lombardi to Broadway, you're gone. So, who knows? But don't ask Fletcher Cox because he doesn't know any. He's not even countenancing it. I don't think they're going to do it, personally. And it's now Friday before divisional playoffs, and we're 1 hour in to this show, and we haven't heard a thing out of Philadelphia. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.